only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, you know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well.
Sunny Hostin, the outspoken co-host of The View, has found herself in the middle of a high-stakes scandal that has shaken not only her personal life, but also the reputation of ABC itself. With allegations surrounding her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, and his involvement in a massive federal insurance fraud case, ABC is making moves to distance itself from the fiery TV personality. So, what exactly happened? What does this mean for The View, and what are the real stakes at play? Buckle up, because the ride is about to get wild. Let's start from the beginning. Sunny Hostin's world came crashing down when her husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, found himself accused of orchestrating one of the most sophisticated medical fraud schemes of the decade. Dr. Hostin, once the go-to orthopedic surgeon for the elite in Manhattan, is now under federal investigation for allegedly manipulating the healthcare system for financial gain.
That this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism.
The accusations are jaw-dropping. Kickbacks for unnecessary surgeries, surgeries billed to insurance companies that were never performed, and a web of fraudulent insurance claims spanning multiple states. The case involves 180 defendants, including Dr. Hostin, and is being described as a conspiracy of mind-boggling proportions. But what does this mean for Sunny Hostin, who has been one of the most vocal figures on The View? The fallout is far-reaching, and ABC, her employer, is finding itself in a tight spot.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that,
At the center of the storm is the racketeer-influenced and corrupt organizations, RICO Act, a law initially designed to take down organized crime syndicates but now being used in white-collar crime cases like this one. The lawsuit claims that Dr. Hostin and his colleagues manipulated the healthcare system for financial gain, all while patients, many of whom trusted these doctors with their well-being, were unknowingly subjected to unnecessary or even fabricated surgeries. This is a scandal that's reaching the highest levels of New York's medical establishment, and it's starting to feel like the plot of a crime thriller.
I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living.
But what's even more unsettling is the involvement of American Transit Insurance Company, a firm that claims to have been swindled out of over $1 million through these fraudulent practices. The company alleges that Dr. Hostin's actions were part of a much larger scheme, one that prioritized profit over patient care. This is not just about a single doctor, it's about the integrity of the healthcare system itself.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean,
as Dr. Hostin's defense team gears up for battle, they're pushing back against the allegations, claiming the lawsuit is a desperate ploy by ADCT to recover losses. The legal war is just beginning, and both sides are preparing for an all-out showdown in court. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Sunny Hostin, known for her fearless commentary and outspoken views on The View, has remained uncharacteristically silent throughout this entire scandal. This is not the Sunny we know. The woman who usually speaks her mind without hesitation is now mysteriously quiet. Fans and critics alike are speculating about why Hostin hasn't addressed the allegations head-on. Some believe that her legal team has advised her to keep her distance until the case unfolds, while others think she's struggling with the personal toll this has taken on her family. Whatever the reason, her silence speaks volumes. It's a calculated move that's left many people questioning her loyalty to her husband, her integrity, and her connection to ABC.
Guilty of various financial crimes was politically motivated here.
It's not like Sunny's staying silent because she's afraid of the backlash. This is the woman who regularly goes head-to-head with political figures on The View. So why is she staying quiet now? Could it be that ABC is quietly distancing itself from her in order to protect its brand? Or is there something deeper going on? The questions are mounting, and the answers are nowhere to be found. As the scandal continues to unfold, ABC seems to be taking a step back from Sunny Hostin. While the network has yet to make an official statement, the lack of support from the View team has been glaring. The show has avoided addressing the scandal directly, and Sunny's co-hosts haven't come to her defense in the way they usually would. This silence is deafening.
I have not read the column.
Okay, I did.
I have heard.
Is ABC distancing itself from one of its most prominent co-hosts? The network's response, or lack thereof, suggests that it may be trying to keep its distance from the scandal in order to avoid further tarnishing its reputation. After all, the accusations against Dr. Hostin are serious, and the last thing ABC wants is to be dragged into a legal mess that could shake the trust its viewers have in the network. But this situation also raises a bigger question. How far should ABC go to protect its employees when they're embroiled in a scandal like this? Should the network stand by its talent, or should it prioritize its public image and separate itself from controversy? This is uncharted territory for ABC, and they seem to be treading carefully.
Something that I think Democrats want to hear more about, and it's something that's going to come up. This is a primary, right?
For Sunny Hostin, the fallout from this scandal goes beyond her personal reputation. It's also affecting her role on The View. The show has always prided itself on tackling tough political issues and being unafraid to speak truth to power, but the public perception of the show is now on shaky ground. When the co-hosts of The View make headlines for all the wrong reasons, it's not just about the individuals involved. It reflects poorly on the entire show. The View has become a platform for pushing certain political narratives, and now that one of its key members is under fire, the network may have to reevaluate how much they're willing to defend their controversial personalities.
Away from the conversation, they're gonna go.
All right, I gotta go.
But the bigger question is whether this scandal will affect the show's viewership. Will fans continue to tune in if they feel like the hosts are tainted by corruption and scandal? Or will this be the tipping point for a show that's been increasingly criticized for its bias and sensationalism? What this scandal reveals is a much larger issue: trust in the healthcare system and the integrity of those in positions of power. Dr. Hostin's alleged actions have shattered the trust of patients who believed they were receiving care from a highly respected surgeon. It's a betrayal that cuts deep, and it's part of a larger pattern of corruption in the healthcare industry that often goes unchecked.
There's just been so much money in politics. I don't understand.
This scandal isn't just about Dr. Hostin. It's about the systemic issues within the medical field. From unnecessary surgeries to falsified claims, the entire system seems to be under scrutiny. How can patients feel safe when they don't know if their doctor is motivated by financial gain rather than patient well-being? But the healthcare system is not the only thing at stake here. The legal battle also highlights the issue of accountability. Should people like Dr. Hostin be held responsible for their actions? Or is this just a case of corporate greed playing out in the courtroom? And where does that leave Sunny Hostin? Can she distance herself from the scandal and continue to be the voice of authority she's been on The View? The stakes have never been higher. As the legal battle rages on, one thing is clear: Sunny Hostin's future on The View and her standing within ABC is now uncertain. Her silence speaks volumes, but the question remains: will ABC continue to stand by her, or will they cut ties to protect their own reputation? The network is walking a fine line, trying to balance loyalty to their employee with the desire to maintain a clean public image.
My husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that.
The big question is, what happens next? Will Sunny finally address the allegations head-on, or will she continue to remain in the shadows as the scandal unfolds? And more importantly, how will ABC handle the fallout from this scandal? It's a story that's far from over, and the twists and turns are just beginning. So, what do you think? Should Sunny Hostin be held accountable for her husband's actions, or should she be allowed to distance herself from the scandal? Does ABC have a responsibility to protect her, or is it time for the network to make a clean break? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this conversation going. And if you want to stay updated on all the latest gossip and drama, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is just the beginning of a story that could change everything, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. See you